I've just been freeing up some space in here and reacquainting myself with the plasterboard lift, just trying to remember how it all goes together and how it works. So the last time I used this guy was when Victoria and I were doing the plasterboarding in the stone cabin. The ceiling in there was about twice the height of what it is in here, so we really needed this extra large device to help us out. I could probably do this job without the lift, but I'm doing this by myself. I've got the tool, so I may as well make my life that bit easier and use it. So if you missed our last video, it was all focused on getting this cabin insulated for both warmth, but also for sound as well. So we've insulated all of the walls as well as the ceiling, and the difference it's already made in terms of the feel in here, particularly the acoustics. It's made such a big difference. I'm so excited to get this plasterboard on because once this is up, it's really going to feel so much more homely in here and a bit less of a construction site. I'm a little bit nervous because the last time I used this lift, we didn't get along particularly well. So I'm hoping today that we can be friends and this guy is going to behave. Good boy. Still not crazy about this thing. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised at how easy that went up. It might end up making for a pretty uneventful watch for you guys if everything goes as smoothly as that. I'm sure it won't. There's plenty of opportunities for me to ball stuff up. One of the boards arrived damaged when everything was delivered, Exhibit A, and I very nearly got rid of this. Actually, the delivery driver nearly took it back with them to dispose of it, but then I just kept it and they gave me the money back. In this economy, who doesn't love a freebie? 8, 9... So I've just popped a little hole through this one because I'm going to try and feed through this conduit with the feed for our bedroom light. The lift should prove itself very useful here because I don't think I'd be able to do this without it unless I made a gigantic hole, which I don't want to do. I want to try and keep the holes in the plasterboard as small as possible. I don't think you can actually see because of this, but ding-a-ding-a-ding, we're through. Right, so that's the bedroom ceiling and the bathroom ceiling done. I don't think I'll be able to use any of the last shot I had doing inside the bathroom because I could not stop swearing. It's the most awkward job I think I've ever done. I think the amount of expletives I'll have to bleep out gonna sound like Morse code. I'm sure you can picture the scene, me squeezed into this tiny little space, holding a board above my head, and just as I finally get it into the right position, knock the drill off the ladder, have to come down and start again. Nightmare. But yeah, I'm glad to have that done because the living space ceiling should be fairly easy. It's just one big open space. The only thing I have to do is put the holes in for the downlights, but that's an easy job with a drill. But I think before doing that, I'm going to do the walls inside the bedroom here because all of the plasterboard is just right smack bang in the middle of the floor in the living space for the walls, and I could do with getting some of it out of the way so I can then use the lift in there to do the ceiling. I didn't think about the fact that because I'm using a full board floor to ceiling at the back and the roof slopes forward, I can't stand that board up before it gets to that tall point because it won't fit where the slope is. So I'm having to like maneuver it up into the top and then push it in. Doable, but it's awkward. Anyway, let's put a hole in for a stock here. So these plasterboard back boxes, they come with these little like markers on the back. I don't know if you can see this. Let me spin it round. These little pointers here and here. So they mean that you can kind of mark out where you want the center of the back box to be, kind of line this up with it, press it in to get them indentations, and then you just use a hole cutter to put 2 holes in through the board and then join them up. Now, this needs a 65mm diameter hole cutter. I've only got a 60 or a 68, so I've gone with 68. It still fits, it's just not quite as snug as I would prefer, but these little things here, once it's in, they pull forward and clamp onto the back of the plasterboard, and they've still got ample space, so it'll all be tight when it goes in the end. I'm not going to install these back boxes now though. I just want to make the hole to feed the conduit and the cables through, and I'll fit these further down the line.
This week we've partnered with Foreo. So after you've had a baby, I don't think that period of your life is particularly well known for having time for indulgent self-care routines. But with the FAQ 202, it's not hard to fit in a little bit of TLC, a bit of me time, and because it's not got any wires, I can multitask while I'm wearing it. I've been using the mask for a while now, and I really love how soft the silicone is because it moulds to your face. So all of these LEDs can give you really good coverage, and it's got all of these different colours that target different skin concerns. I've got this red light peptide serum. You can use it on its own, but I like to apply it just before I use the mask. Because it's got photoreactive active ingredients, it optimises the performance of the LEDs, and who's not wanting an optimised performance? I try to use this 3 times a week for about 15 minutes at a time, and that is long enough to reap the benefits like a more even skin tone, less redness, and increased collagen production. It's even got a mouth hole so I can enjoy my iced coffee whilst I'm wearing it. Ooh. One thing I know for sure is that after I've been wearing it, my skin does look a lot more radiant, even if I've had very minimal sleep. Maybe you're someone who's always running around looking after everyone else. Well, International Women's Day is just around the corner, so this is your notice to give yourself a little bit of TLC. To get your hands on one of these or to learn more about the FAQ 202, click our link in the description and use code 30living to get 30% off almost all Foreo products, and that does include ones that are already discounted.
Well, that router bit is making an absolute mess, and it's chomping it up. I think it's because the roller piece is actually going on this softer bitumen tape I've got on the window. I think I'm going to stick to just using a saw. I need to find a better way to cut these reveals open because it is catching all of the house wrap here. I don't really want that. I don't want everything to get ripped to shreds in the process of opening this up. I'll have a think about what to do there. I'm done for the day now on the cabin anyway, because we've got family visiting later today. They've come from the UK to meet Harrison for the first time. So I've got a couple of jobs I need to do around the farm before they get here. And then, yeah, a couple of days off, just spending time with them.
Ricky's just doing some much needed TLC on the tractor. I don't know if it's turned into a bit of a pig of a job, but to be honest, doing any job outside on an afternoon like this, you can't grumble too much. It is a beaut. He's elbow deep. How's it going?
That's all right. It's just a bit tricky getting it round. It's the belt, basically. The belt broke. And to get it on and off, you have to, because it's a closed thing, the only way to get it off is to get it behind the fan.
Right.
To get it out from the loop, and then that probably doesn't make sense if you can't see what I'm doing, but I've got it back in. I'm just trying to get it back on all of the various like cogs that it needs to be on, and then I'll tighten it up.
We definitely need the tractor back up and running now because everywhere has become a little bit of a jungle. The combination of the sun and the rain, it is perfect growing conditions.
Let's hope it's gonna start because it's been abandoned here for quite a while now. You gonna have a go?
If I can have a go, it'll make me very happy. I've been waiting a long time. When we got the tractor, we hadn't long since found out that I was pregnant, so I haven't been able to have a play on it until now. But I'm feeling pretty good today, so I think the pasture is ready for cutting, very ready actually, and it's nice and flat and easy going, so this seems like the perfect opportunity. I've never driven a tractor though, so watch this space.
Right, shall I move it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, move in. Right, I need to give you a little tutorial.
Okay.
You need to get on around this side.
Okay. Lesson 1.
Okay, right, so that one there is your clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on the other side, the little one on the inside is your accelerator.
Right.
And the bigger one on the outside is the brake, so opposite to what you have in a car.
Oh, this bodes well.
Right, I'm not going to put you with the grass cutter. You're just going to be driving it, okay?
Right, okay.
So, start her up, put the clutch down and start her up.
Okay. Am I going to be able to hear you?
Mm-hmm.
When you scream?
Put this into medium.
Medium.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, now the one on the other side, put that into 2. Then you've got this one here,
Connect.
put that into forwards.
So you would be able just using the accelerator like you would just find by.
Yeah, you just let the clutch go and start moving.
And the big one's the brake, yeah?
The big one's the brake. Take your foot off the clutch and just use the accelerator. You can just go at that speed if you want.
How do I go faster?
Put the accelerator down.
I am! Quite enjoyable actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You were whizzing round.
Was that? I didn't actually look at the speedo. Was I going about 3 miles an hour?
Don't worry. Better to be safe than sorry.
I wonder when will I have my stabilisers off and be allowed to actually mow?
Whenever you want.
Okay.
Right, with that being said, shall I take over and mow it?
Yeah, you can do the proper mowing. That was just like a little taster. Give it another couple of weeks and I'll be whizzing around here in no time.
It's a peachy day today. Couldn't have come at a better time because it's felt like we've had probably about 2 months straight of just rain and storms and high winds. And then yeah, for family to come over and to just have the sunshine out was lovely. So yeah, we've had no time working, we've just been relaxing, spending time together, spending time with Harrison, and yeah, having them meet Harrison, which is always a nice thing. They left yesterday afternoon, so I came out and finished up all of the plasterboarding on the bedroom walls. And it's looking so bright in here now. We are going to keep the walls a light colour. We're going to paint them an off-white, but a bit of a warmer one. This current colour that's on the plasterboard is a little bit cold. Did inside the bathroom as well. I've come to the conclusion that plasterboarding, I think, is my Achilles heel on this project. I firstly don't really like it, and second of all, I think I'm not very good at it. No matter how hard I try to get measurements right, to cut things accurately, to just do a good job, I feel like I'm doing a pretty bad job. But luckily, it's one of those jobs that the mudding and the taping is going to conceal the flaws in it. So where I've got gaps at the joints and things like that, I can just fill them in, tape it over. Hopefully by the time the project is completed and at the point where it's ready to be painted, it's going to look nice and smooth, and you'll never know that I've made a bit of a pig's ear of it. So now I need to have a bit of a tidy up and move the plasterboard yet again from one room to another to free up some space so I can start on the living space and getting the plasterboard on the ceiling in there. So awkward moving these big sheets in this tiny space through this little doorway. I'll be glad when all of this is up on the ceiling or on the walls and the floor space is clear again. So I need to put a 75mm hole through the plasterboard everywhere where there's going to be a downlight. I also have an extra one here. This is going to be the feed for, we're going to have some under cabinet lighting on here just so when you're at the kitchenette you can see a bit easier. I'm going to measure it out and cut it before it goes up because it's a lot easier to do it down here than it is like this with plaster coming down on me. End up looking like Scarface. Just realised that when I was doing the insulation, see that little line there going across to that little line there, that's the centre line for where our wood stove flue pipe is going to go through there between these rafters. So when I put the insulation in, I should have put in a couple more like noggins kind of between them and kept the insulation free of that. That's going to be my area to keep the hot pipe free from combustibles and the right distance from combustible materials. I just completely slipped my mind. I'm not going to do it now because I just want to try and press on and get as much plasterboard on the ceiling as possible. What I'll do is just leave the piece of plasterboard out that would go in that gap, and then after I've done the rest of the ceiling, I'll cut the insulation out, we'll put those bits of wood in, and then we'll make good around it. Numpty. I can't seem to think straight at the moment, I tell you. I think I've got the male equivalent of baby brain. Maybe that's it. Maybe women get baby brain when they're preggers and men get it afterwards from sleep deprivation. You having a nice stroll?
Yeah, it's a bit bumpy. It's a good job it's an off-roader.
Are you trying to get him to sleep or is he already snoozing?
Bit of both.
A bit of both.
When we hit a big divot, he's like, oh, awake again. Yeah, just getting fresh air more than anything.
Can I have a look in there?
Absolutely. He's sleeping now, so he will stay put. Break.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's so bright in here, isn't it? Quiet.
Very quiet. Shh, shh.
That bodes well. It's really bright, actually, considering sort of how greyish the plasterboard is.
Yeah, haven't quite got it finished. I've got a couple more panels to do up here.
How are you and Big Red getting on?
Big Red. Yeah, we're doing all right.
Yeah?
Too bad, getting to grips with it.
Good.
Yeah, I'd really hoped that by this point I was going to have had the ceiling, the walls, this stud partition wall behind me, the bathroom, everything done. But time is getting away from me at the moment. Since Harrison's come along, we are entering a whole new phase, and as much as I think we are doing a good job with him and we're on top of him and he's doing really well, our normal routine is so disrupted that I think we need a new one, and we're not quite there.
I think the slightly baffling thing is that we knew that one of us was always going to need to be on hand for Harrison, but somehow we seem to have like less than half of our capacity. So I don't know how one little human can take up so much attention and energy, but he does. It's new though, and obviously, like any new parents, it's an adjustment period.
Yeah, I do also think that being tired has a big impact on your productivity, so you just can't get as much done as effectively and as efficiently as you would hoped.
Yeah, and I think also, at least for the first couple of months, we maybe need to reassess what we class as a productive or successful day, so we don't completely feel like kicking ourselves up the butt every day.
Really need to try and find a way to get you back on the job site, because I miss having you. Yeah.
Your hands feel horrible after working with this plaster.
Thanks, I love you too.